Kia ora everyone. Wow, long time no see. It feels like, the time between these videos is getting longer and longer each time, but it has been 2 months since I last spoke to you all, and there's a reason why I'm making this video today, and that is because I'm at the 5-month mark today. 8th of January is when I first got the saggy bowels, and here we are 5 months later, still got it. There has been, a few things that's happened in the last couple of months. We obviously walked the Milford track and had a great time as a family away doing the big walk. I'm also back in the drama studio now, which is really great to see all the kids again and to be teaching all those acting skills every week. And it's funny that the kids, they don't see my whole face because I'm wearing a mask in class, but one of the kids asked me, "Why do you keep winking at us?" And I'm like, well, first of all, don't tell your parents that I've been winking at you in class. And secondly, it's my saggy bowels. And thirdly, don't tell your parents that I've got saggy bowels. They're full of questions and they're genuinely interested in what's going on here. So quite happy to talk about it. What I thought I'd talk to you about today is some of the other people's experiences with Bell's palsy. So I've spoken to half a dozen people, and I thought I'd just run through what it was like for them, when they got it, how long it lasted for, that kind of thing, the sort of treatments that they tried out during their time. So starting with Christy. Christy was around 12 or 13 when she first got it. When I say first, she's only had it once. When she got it, she was 12 or 13. Excuse me while I just push that. Yep. And she got it on the left side, just like me. No idea what caused it for her. It just came on overnight. And that lasted somewhere from 4 to 6 weeks. No treatment, but she was just told to keep warm, rest up, and it would go away. And it did. So, imagine that at that age and having to front up at school with saggy bowels. Tough, hey? Serena got it in September 2020. So she was in her sort of mid to late 30s, on the left side again. And the cause, she thinks, was stress. She's pretty certain it was stress related. And she did notice some small improvements after 1 month, and by the time it was 2 months, 90% of it had healed. So she tried out all sorts of different treatments. She was on the steroids, acupuncture, face massage, St. John's wort, magnesium, and it's hard to say, isn't it, what worked and what didn't work when you're trying so many things out. But the first two things that she noticed, one was a change in the taste of some foods, and the second thing was a couple of days before getting bowels, she had this headache, and now she understands that was all part of it in the lead up. So that was Serena. Daryl got it on the 3rd of April this year and still has it. He's got it on his left side. There's a running theme here, everybody. And he got it after getting COVID. He was on his 7th day of isolation, and then the Bell's palsy kicked in. Remember, I did say that you're more likely to get it from COVID than you are from getting the vaccine, but obviously some people do. So it would be really interesting to know, and maybe I'll have a look at this, how many people since this, the latest outbreak with Omicron and what's come since then, how many people have had Bell's palsy since COVID has swept through, and has it gone up dramatically? I will do some digging and find out for you. Anyway, back to Daryl. He, pretty much like me, he was on the steroids for the first week. He's using the eye drops. He had a pain in his upper neck, which was hard to shake, but he it's no longer an issue for him. He is improving slowly, but there are flare-ups when he gets stressed, when he gets tired, and I think that's, pretty much the same experience for all of us. On to Maxine. Now, Maxine had it on her, you guessed it, left side, and she had it twice. Now, this is interesting. She got it first in 1965 and then again in 1981. The first time came during a prolonged dental treatment, she said, and the second time she was on a long-haul flight when it kicked in. But both times, she thinks, well, she was told, were caused by a flu or a virus. Now, how she was treated the first time anyway, was she wore a hook. It went over her left ear, came down and held the left side of her upper lip up. And she wore an eye patch over the left eye. Can you imagine what that must feel like? She said that she felt like a monster. Luckily, it didn't last, well, it did last a wee while. The first time lasted about 3 months, and the second time lasted about 6 weeks. Yeah, imagine getting it not just once, but getting it another time. Here's somebody else who got it twice, and that's Lois. She had it on her left side to start with on the first time, and then on her right side the second time around. So the first time was in 2014, lasted a few months, and the second time was a couple of years later, within 2 years of the first time, and it lasted a couple of weeks. So shorter, a bit like Maxine, shorter the second time around. Probably or possibly caused by stress, is what Lois has said. And it's still a little bit noticeable, especially around her lip area and when she's wearing lipstick. So that's her advice, is don't wear lipstick. Thank you, Lois. Now, this is the last person I want to talk about. This is not his real name, but we're going to call him Cooper. And he has it on his left side. Cooper got it in his early 30s, which was around 6 years ago. And all this time later, he's still got it. There's no more pain or numbness, but he's never fully recovered, and there's no definitive reason why. However, he is a drinker, and that could be a factor. He and his family think that he got it as a combination of having a viral infection and significant stress. So it's a scary thought, isn't it? Just let that sink in for a moment. 6 years, you'd be thinking, well, that's it, isn't it? You'll be thinking it's not actually going to go away now. In fact, if I got to a year, if I get here in a year and I'm talking to you about this because I've still got it, I'd probably be thinking, this is my lot. This is how it's going to be. But I really feel for Cooper. And all of the ones who've had it twice or even just once at a young age. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that it doesn't really matter who you are, how old you are, what gender. Anyone can get it, and they're most likely to get it on their left side. This is what I take from all of this. I just want to thank all of those people who did come back to me with that information. There are plenty of other people actually who I've spoken to. Once you put yourself out there, lots of people come forward, and it's really interesting to hear from these people and to know what their experience has been. So there you go. That's what it's like for those ones. I am hoping that this is the last leg for me. I'm hoping that, after 5 months today, maybe in the next month or two, things will come right. So my fingers are crossed. If you can just, send good wishes and good vibes my way, and hopefully next time I see you, which may be in a month or two, it'll all be gone. But we'll see. In the meantime, you take care.